and welcome to another edition of True Audiofiles. This time around, I'm going to be interviewing the owner of the Vinyl Vault. His name is Greg from Littleton, Massachusetts. Probably one of my favorite stores to go to because not only does he have just amazing stuff, whether it be jazz or heavy metal or just about any genre. Blues is probably just the best selection I've seen anywhere. But he's also just an amazing guy. He'll give you the shirt off his back. He's just an amazing guy. So watch the video. I hope you enjoy the interview. It was a fun interview for me to have and to do. And stick around because in my next episode, I'll be going over the vinyl that I found while I was there. So sit back and enjoy. All right, we're here with Greg from the Vinyl Vault in Littleton, Mass, right?
Correct.
All right, awesome. So I guess the first thing I want to do is kind of give you, if you can give me maybe a brief history of the store and anything you want to tell us about the store itself.
Sure. We opened up 6 years ago, vinyl only, hoping to get people back into vinyl. Over the years, we've realized music is music. We carry CDs, cassettes, concert DVDs, anything music related. It's been quite a challenge trying to develop the store's identity and what the customers are looking for. We have an older clientele, so a lot of jazz, a lot of blues and classical, besides obviously rock and pop. But it's been a lot of fun, and you know, obviously you're a customer.
Yes.
How did you find us?
I was pretty impressed with the jazz, and actually I'm a blues fan, but I'm not a very knowledgeable blues fan. So
Okay.
I know the usuals, the Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf and
Yeah.
all those others. So most of the stuff that's in your collection, I have zero idea who they are. And one of these days I'll probably dig in deeper to them. But I think I've been to Chicago and some other places where you'd think that there'd be great blues selections, and I'd say yours definitely beats anyone else's blues section I've seen.
Good.
So it's pretty impressive, and the jazz is great too.
Well, it's the clientele. I mean, it's the area. Obviously, we don't have much by way of new. Don't really do hip hop. We don't have the younger crowd. We don't have a lot of current releases. But you kind of have to know your crowd.
Well, right. I was going to say, because that's one of the other people I've interviewed. They were kind of in a similar boat in terms of what they stocked for the longest time, and they weren't doing that well. But then they brought their son in, and he understood what the younger generation wanted, and all of a sudden they were getting the younger generation of crowd coming in because they were carrying all the newer stuff. So you just never can tell, though, until you get deep into it and see what people are coming in.
For us, it's been a lot of fun. People come in, you're talking about concerts, shows you've seen, albums that are coming out or reissues. It's just a fun place to hang out, talk to people about music. Customers come in and suggest things to us. I'm 57. I don't typically discover new bands. Customer come in and mentioned King Gizzard.
Yes, they're all over the place.
I had never heard of them.
Oh.
They were playing in Boston that week. We got tickets. We went down. I love them. So you interact. Everybody can talk about music. Everyone has something different to bring to the table. So every day is fun.
Yeah, well, and you guys have started bringing in some new stuff too, sealed stuff too, right?
Okay. Yes. More by request. And a lot of the new stuff we bring in are reissues of things that you just can't find original copies for. But we also try to carry local artists.
Yep.
And we're looking for a bigger location. And that's really the area that we want to focus on, is trying to help some of the new artists. Let's face it, they're not on the radio. They're not getting record deals.
Yeah.
They basically just tour until they go broke.
Right.
So we'd like to really put an effort together to try to help them.
Awesome.
And hopefully that would catch on with other record shops.
Yeah.
Because we're losing the variety in music. You're losing it on the radio, that. So
or sometimes you have like the internet radio stations where there's hundreds of them and they'll focus on one specific thing, and that's great if you're into that specific thing, but if you don't know you're into that specific thing, it's doesn't do you much good.
Well, that's what the young artists are saying. The answer is not YouTube, because there are just so many videos out there. There's so many bands. It's so hard to get discovered, and it can happen.
Yeah.
Jake Shimabukuro, ukulele player,
I'm not familiar with him.
fantastic, absolutely fantastic. We've seen him a couple times live, and he got discovered in Hawaii off YouTube, doing John Lennon's "While My Guitar Gently Weeps."
Oh, wow.
It's phenomenal. Check it out.
I second that. It's very good.
It is. He's awesome.
Unbelievable, yeah.
He's awesome. But what were the odds of, you know, that's a winning lottery ticket.
Yeah.
It's not. We saw a show in town with the Fools, and they were talking about how when they got started, you stood in the parking lot with your 45, begging the third shift DJ to play it.
Yep.
And as long as you showed up every night, eventually they'd take the thing.
Yep.
And that doesn't exist today.
No.
You can't get airplay.
Well, and you know, local, some semi-local station WAAF is now gone.
No more.
So all the radio stations that would play it are starting to go away.
So, you know, the music community, it's not a competition. Record shops, we all get along. We all know it's kind of us against the big boys.
Amazon and
Amazon or the radio stations, of which, you know, there are 10 playlists in the country. Pick one, you know. So
yeah.
it's not a competition. Everybody specializes. We refer people to all the other local shops. Everybody has their thing.
Yeah.
You know, people come here for jazz or blues. You know, there are shops that specializes in heavy metal or punk, and, you know, we have no problem sending people there.
You have a halfway decent selection of that stuff, though, too.
We try.
Yeah.
We try. I mean, you try to have enough of everything that no one's really disappointed, but people definitely specialize. So I guess that would be the thing. You would like to see the record stores, the independent stores, make it as a group.
Yeah.
And to keep independent music alive.
Yeah.
You know, and people are always surprised. You come in, I mean, you're old enough to know, when we went from vinyl to CD,
Yep.
many things never made it to CD.
Yep.
If they weren't going to sell 100,000 copies, it didn't get to CD.
Yeah. Well, especially once the boom happened, you know, it started becoming, if we're not going to sell 500,000, we're not going to print.
Right.
It.
You know, so little by little, fewer and fewer choices.
Yeah.
So being here, this is fun. We don't discriminate, you know, mono, stereo, CD, vinyl, cassette. Sorry, we draw the line at 8 tracks. I just can't. I can't do it.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
we
hard.
all had, if you're old enough to have had one,
I have.
that's
Yep.
just, you can't say anything nice about them.
Nope. I even have a hard time saying anything nice about cassette, but they had their time where they were the nice, convenient, portable option. So there's something to be said for that.
So, I don't know. Do you have any questions?
I do. So you were kind of talking about the local,
Mm-hmm.
and also more important, independent record stores and things like that. So I was kind of wondering about Record Store Day, and I know you guys participate in that. And when did you start? And when? What are your thoughts on it?
We started with it immediately. We actually opened 6 years ago on Record Store Day, so we weren't eligible to participate. But ever since then, we have. The thought was that it was supposed to support the local independent, and the reality is the chain stores get full supply of all the best titles.
Like the small chains, if you will. Yeah.
Yes, without naming names.
Yes.
So
I shop at.
you know, the pyramid should really be the other way.
Yeah.
If you have one shop, you should get first dibs, but that's just reality. It's capitalism. It's, you know.
Whoever gives them the more money. So is the unfortunate thing, but.
And, you know, we've had issues getting stuck with merchandise. A lot of the times you're buying titles that have never been released. A few years ago, there was a new Doors album. It was totally instrumental. There was one song on it. I still have a copy from 5 years ago, if anyone's interested. But over time, you learn how to navigate the system.
Yeah, and we talked about that a little bit before I started recording. I mean, tell me a little bit about, you know, what your thought process is now and how you kind of go about.
You learn your customers. Each store is different.
Yeah.
For us, we have an older clientele. They're listening to more mainstream rock, jazz, or blues. So they're looking for something that they don't already have.
Yeah.
They don't want, what they just do the last record store day, Black Friday, they did B-52's Mesopotamia on pink
right.
vinyl.
Yeah.
Don't need it.
No.
You know, if you already have it on black vinyl, you don't, our customer doesn't care for that.
Yeah.
They're doing an Alice Cooper double album live. They're doing Allman Brothers, Fillmore East, a Bowie live from '74. Something different.
Yeah.
Something you don't have. Alternate, Fleetwood Mac. What'd they do? They did Van Morrison, Moon Dance last year.
Yeah.
That was great.
And we talked about the Miles Davis one that's coming out, the kind of the Bishop's Brew session outtakes,
Right.
if you will.
So if you've got outtakes or something different
Yeah.
from a mainstream classic artist that people know, those are safe bets for us.
Yeah.
For the life of me, I we're all screaming to get Queen, and they haven't put anything Queen out. For the life of me.
Yeah, there were a couple of ones that I've never seen come out. Queen would be one of them, which, again, I'm guessing a lot of that's just an artist thing, but the one that kind of surprises me the most, because I know how the artist is in terms of liking to sell their merchandise, is Kiss. I don't think I've ever seen Kiss proper in any kind of record store day
Right,
release.
just the solo.
Yeah, like Ace
Like
Frehley
Ace Frehley's,
stuff.
yep.
And but that's all his solo stuff. It's not his
Correct.
stuff with Kiss. So that one's kind of a weird one to me, since I know how Gene Simmons of Kiss loves to
Right.
sell stuff.
Yeah, the masters of merchandising. I mean, you would think they would take the opportunity.
Yeah. So that one was kind of a surprise to me. Any other surprises that you know of that you haven't seen on Record Store Day yet, that you'd like to see?
The thing that you would like, well, the thing that I personally would like to see is for them to dredge up, and forgive me for saying this, some of the forgotten. Not B tier is not the correct term, but
Yeah.
think of the bands that we grew up with that
Yeah.
aren't played today.
Mm-hmm.
Give me CCR, give me Three Dog Night.
Yeah.
Pull something of theirs up,
Yeah.
and expose a new generation, because a lot of record store day is young people.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see them, our safe bet is the mainstream artists. We're buying the Zappa and Warren Zevon, and we know we can sell them.
Right.
But the younger kids come in for vinyl, and it's tough to get them to go down off the main level
Yeah.
and really dig. So I'd like to see something, but again, that's riskier for them.
It is.
There's a reason why they don't go there.
Right.
Um,
Especially if they don't have the cash to do that. So definitely can make it tough. How has sales been for you on Record Store Day, like in comparison to other days of the other week?
Record store day is definitely our busiest day of the year.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, the week leading up to it is slow.
Of course. I
No one comes in prior to,
was gonna say probably a couple weeks before, right?
and then the
Pretty
week after is slow. So
Yeah.
I mean, net, it's a bump. It's better than, if you take a look at the whole month, it's better than the previous or the net following month, but not significantly.
slow. Yeah.
So you're back to, what's the point of record store day, is to get someone to find us.
Yeah.
We had a couple gentlemen come up from Connecticut last year because we had 2 copies of something that was sold out down there.
Interesting.
So they only found us. They were just calling record shops after record store day. Do you have it? Do you have it? Yes, we do. I'll be there in an hour or 2 hours. Will you hold it? Sure.
Yeah.
So it's not about the money.
Yeah.
Your business plan isn't, let's have a great record store day and then we'll take a month off or something. It's back to the point of getting people to find you.
Yeah.
So this year we're bringing in quite a few titles, trying to get a wider net and get more people in. But again, it's
The other ones I have a few more.
I don't know. They've done some record store day releases where they have more regional acts,
Yep.
and I'd like to see more of that as well.
Yeah.
I don't look at them on the stage anymore at the church.
Again,
Thank you.
what if the whole idea is independent music or real music with artists playing their instruments and writing their own stuff, and
Yeah.
then bring that to the forefront a little more.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
I would like to see, maybe Record Store Day pick a number. We're going to take 20 artists up and coming,
Yeah.
and we're going to put your stuff out.
That'd be cool.
Go to some of the smaller labels. We deal with some of the small labels, deal direct.
Mm-hmm.
We like Fat Possum. They're wonderful. Ask them for recommendations. Give us 2 or 3 artists that you nominate. Let's put something together, and all right, we're going to have 20 and put them out.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I'm not the smartest guy in the room. There's only
No.
4 people here, so you didn't have to laugh so loud. But do something. Do a Record Store Day compilation.
Yeah, they used to do that actually. Well, it wasn't local bands or independents, but it was like a compilation of whatever's on their label.
Yeah, they did a Boston one, but that was of bands 20 years prior.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like to see them promote the independent thing.
Yeah.
That would be something.
Independence at Independence. There you go. That'd be cool. So what made you decide to actually open up the record store?
My sons and I started going to concerts. They were 12 and 14 at the time, and it just became something for us to do. They were teenagers. We could all talk about music, talk on the way to the show. Kind of kept the lines of communication open.
Mm-hmm.
It made their teenage years a breeze.
That helps.
And it was a lot of fun. And we were going to Hard Rock Cafe, Niagara Falls. And just walking up the stairs, it was upstairs at the time, and they had framed album covers, and the boys said, that'd be great, can we do that? Get album covers from the shows we went to. So we started, picking up album covers. The next thing you know, I'm thinking, you guys are downstairs listening to little earbuds in your computers, like...
Listen to the music the real
we'll
way.
go to the concerts, you hear it live, you feel it, you know what it is, but you should be listening to the vinyl. And, when you're divorced and there's no one there to tell you not to do something.
That helps. Or in a good or bad way.
No. No.
Good or bad way, right?
No, I needed adult supervision. The house was full. Sold the old dining room set to my ex-wife because we had just shelves, like a library, just coming out of the wall. Every closet, 2 heated storage units, and we just kept buying and buying and said, one day we're going to do this. And it took years to find a location that, we're close to the highway. It's a nice area.
Yep.
But record stores are usually in a mill, in some,
part of an antiques shop or something like that, or flea markets, or...
So, we're in a nice location, but it gets you a small footprint.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we struggle with. And but now we've built the business to the point that, okay, we can be bigger.
And afford to get a little bigger space, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the next thing. And as soon as we make the move, we, there's some things we want to do, like I said, with new artists.
Yeah.
This was always a hobby. It's turned into a, someday
Right.
semi-retirement.
Yes, one can hope, right?
You don't do this to get rich.
No, definitely not one of those
But
types
you have
of businesses.
fun. You meet great people. Like I said, if we can help kind of start something, get the other shops involved, and I don't know. I feel bad for musicians today.
I think it'd be kind of cool to have a little tiny stage. I know there's a place in Chicago. I don't know if you've heard of that, Valhalla's, which she passed away recently, unfortunately. But they have a little stage, and they have local artists perform all the time on the stage there. So it's kind of a cool thing. So that'd be kind of fun. Maybe have a record release day and have them perform while they're selling their new album. Then maybe they sign it for everybody, and it'd be kind of fun.
So that's the plan.
Cool.
This started out as a dream. That's closer to being reality and not a dream, but I don't know. We're just one small shop, and you just point it in the right direction, and if it works, and a few other people do it, maybe it catches on, and we can keep from having that lack of variety that seems to be prevalent.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, I found it sort of accidentally 3 or 4 years ago, and I try to stop in every time I'm any remotely close to it anyways. And you know, you've been great, so that's why I wanted to have this little chat and interview with you, because
Thank you so
wanted
much.
to find out a little more, but and hopefully spread the word. So I appreciate your time,
Anytime.
and I'm sure we'll be seeing each other, well, probably actually in another month or so. So
What could that be?
that's crazy, huh? So thank you very much, Greg.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Yeah, take care.